Hello to day 3. That's how I'm gonna record it on YouTube. If I don't, some of the days I'll just do it by myself and I won't air anything. Just go about, do I feel the natural, authentic, forward desire or push to throw something out there? And it's something I'm learning to listen to, because I do feel that it's like an intuitive guidance of sorts, and the more I listen to that and trust that, it brings me to very beautiful places. And so I hope you've been having a beautiful last couple days in your life. To the best of living the you. Represent soft underbelly. Thank you for doing the interview with me, Mark. Let's get right into it. So it's gotta put my date down. I like doing shit backwards, so how I date my journals, I go day, month, year. It's the European style. We do things funny in the US. Like it's gotta be different, And so I'm like, okay, let me be different from the US because what I grew up with normal. It makes more sense. It's like day, month, year. Bigger, bigger, bigger. At least that's what it clicks in my head. I'm like, oh my, I think I got decent sleep last night. I didn't get my full beauty sleep. Don't want to say slacking, but you could use that word when it comes to sleep. Okay, so start with this. Meditation goes in, prayer goes out. Both aim for the same place of union between you and the divine. I like that. I don't know if I fully agree, but what I mean by it is sometimes my mind, I take things literally, but I agree with the energy expressed in this by Lisa Jones. That's who the quote's by. I guess I'll explain what I mean by that is when I say meditation goes in and prayer goes out. I think that's more of it, like meditation. Maybe my inner rebel spoke for me too soon. Meditation definitely is an observance of internal, but then there's the external observance too, so that's meditation for me too. And so meditation goes in and eventually reflects outward. That's my subjective experience with that. And what I mean by that is when I've become more comfortable and calm within myself, I start to notice things outside of me that I didn't notice before. And so it's like a reflection, and then the prayer goes out. I do like that one, but the same, both back and forth. Because for me, when I pray, I guess a part of my experience is it goes internal to the divine part of who I am, and through that connects to the all. That's how I experience it. Doesn't mean that I don't express my prayers outward or my asks, what I want, what I'd like to receive, and put myself out there in that way. Again, it's probably just my inner rebel talking. My inner rebel likes to come up and just oppose everything. It's like, all right, I'm gonna find a different way to do this, even though it's like I take a couple seconds later, I'm like, wait, I agree with that fully. It's the part of me that wants to challenge shit. I'm learning to get better at acknowledging when it's there, because I notice sometimes I think I might shut people down, not intentionally, but it doesn't matter. It can happen, or it's like someone says something and it's like I completely agree, and then all of a sudden I'm sitting there challenging it. So it's healthy for me. It's nice to be able to label it. Be like, oh, look at, there's my inner rebel. Just wanted to challenge you. I want my devil's advocate. And it adds a playfulness, because then it's I'm not sitting there trying to be better, because I think that's what happens a lot is when people challenge each other, at least for me in my experience. And so through that, I'm assuming that many other people experience something similar. And so that labeling of where I'm at, what's happening for me, helps them then be playful, because it's like, hey, like I'm not serious in this challenge. I'm just throwing it out there to play. Let's play around with the thinking mind a little bit. And it's always welcome back. I'm not going to say that I don't have a poor sport side of me. I'm sure that exists. I know it exists. I've gotten better at just learning how to just go with it. Okay. Gratitude. I'm grateful for. What are you grateful for today? What are you grateful for in life, in yourself? I'm grateful for learning to let go with the voice and damn, exclamation mark heart emoji. Like I literally just right before this, I was doing a meditation, and following the meditation, I let myself go. Instead of what focusing on what to sing, how to utilize my voice, I just deeply went into the energy, and something very beautiful came out. Like this voice that I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, where did you come from? And it's so beautiful. And so it's like this subtle, not so subtle, learning of trust. When I learned to trust and recognize that I grew up singing, like in a church, so I've put a lot of hours into singing throughout my life. And so it's like my voice knows what to do. And it's more learning to trust it and quote unquote get it out of the way. And so one way that helps me get out of the way is focusing on something else. So like one thing since yesterday is like I focus on breathing. So I guess it's like when I breathe, something stops breaking for me. It says you don't need to worry. For those things that you can breathe through, they can change you. They can pull a voice out of you that you thought you didn't have. And when you focus on the breathing, it relaxes. It says, come here, for I will show you who you are. You get a big, beautiful fucking heart. And so that shifting of where am I focusing allows my voice to do its thing. Because when I focus on the voice, all of a sudden it's like it starts. People can feel it. You can feel it when someone's when someone has too much control, they haven't let go. You feel the restraint. I really liked video talking about the release. That was really nice. The releasing of the voice. When you get to a certain expression of the voice, it should feel like a release. And so that's what I've learned. That's how I know I'm doing something right. Is when I feel something releasing, doesn't mean that I get scared. I get scared. Okay, go back to gratitude. I got popcorn mind. Pop. I'm grateful for having healthy food, clean water, and a place to live. I'm grateful for, last thing, grateful for love. Being something I receive. And have the honor of sharing, giving. Even last night when I went out dancing a little bit after I did an open mic. And damn. Like, they're small things. It's like small things, but those victories of the small things are so important. You know, I went to a bar I generally go to called Gracie's, and you know, that time I went there, I've never trusted myself so much with walking into that place. And one thing that I told the girl last night when we were dancing, I was like, when you learn to trust yourself, you become a vibe. Like, that's what happens. And that's what I'm recognizing with myself, is letting myself be there. I enjoy being a vibe. Like, it feels deep to me. Just like, yeah, it feels like a part of my purpose. You know, and obviously the benefit feels really nice. And I honor that. It's like, I'm not there to be like, oh, I'm better than you because I trust myself. No, it's like, I trust myself. Guess what? I'm gonna share. That's how I got to where I'm at. And that just forwards and perpetuates me in the vibe that I'm choosing to give. That love vibe. Okay, I'm mindful. A mindful life to me is observation of what is with patience and willingness to explore what is, how I do what is, and beyond. To constantly know I have choice to be here, like right here, no matter the moment. Sometimes it's hard. You know, when that suffering kicks in, when that pain's there, when that hurt's there, and I haven't figured out a way to process it yet, or I'm not aware of it just yet, it's hard. It's hard to be fully here. And the more I get to be like, yeah, I'm hurt, I want to be here, like a part of me comes out and says, okay, I'll help you. Because I feel like that's the an aspect of, for me, an aspect of being fully present is allowing love to guide me into more presence. And so I say that's subjective because I don't know if that's for everyone. Not my place to go and tell other people what's going on for them, where they are. I can share my suggestion or my opinion or what I think. You know, might be some truth in it, might not. It's your life. You know, live it. You earned it. It's you know, when you choose to live your life, when you choose to be right here, your life starts valuing you you start feeling this thing where you're just like, oh damn, this is me. Okay. Next section. I'm proud of myself for. So what are you proud of yourself for? I'm proud of myself for vulnerably expressing music, my soul, my heart, my truth. Allowing anger to guide me. Stepping back to be curious of if it fits my purpose. And one last line, I'm proud of myself for taking care of this beautiful temple of love and life. You know, the more I'll finish this with the second question. The more you learn to take care of yourself, love yourself, it brings a respect. You earn a respect for life. And then another aspect to that I would say is, what is enough? You know, it's like, you know, it makes me think of like the gym at a certain point where I realized I was like, that question, I found it somewhere in a book or something. It's like, what's enough? What's enough? Like, what's enough gym time for me? And I never really thought about it. You know, I never really thought about, okay, what is enough gym time? It's just like, this is what I do, this is what people do. And so I didn't really much put thought into like, how much time do I want to spend in the gym every week? And I actually shortened it down because I was like, oh shit, like I don't need to spend that much time in the gym. I'm active. I spend about 3, maybe 4 hours every week in the gym. I get 2 days in, you know, 2 full workouts. I do a lot when I go there, you know, but it's like power time. It's like energy burn. It's like the fucking hamster on the hamster wheel. Fucking run. I had this old guy come up to me the other day. He's like, I really enjoy watching you like exercise, because now it's like I'm in there. I got my headphones on. I'm dancing. Like I'm letting that love vibe shine through me. Like it feels beautiful. It's good. It's like training. That's what I see it as. It's training and practice. Not only is it training and practice, it's pleasure, because I get to be in that experience of just enjoying myself, enjoying my life. And so I thought it was really cute that he came up and gave me that compliment, and so you know, it just felt nice. You know, I wasn't looking for that, but I get that. Like when I watch people that are enjoying life, and you can just see it, like, oh, thank you for showing that. It's nice to watch. It just gives me hope a little bit. Sometimes I might be a little envious, but beyond it all, no. The deeper down, it's like, oh, like I like that. Okay. Doing this today will bring more mindfulness into my life. Make an offering to home. Trust, baby, trust. You know that it is so fascinating, this transition I've done into music and singing and letting out this voice that's been dormant for a long time, probably inconsistency, is 17 and I'm 31 now, so that's 14 years it's been dormant. I've been saying through the years, but not as consistent I was all the way until I was 17. Up until I was 17, it was like three times a week for good periods of time, and I loved it. I loved going to church and singing it. Okay, doing this today will bring more mindfulness into my life. Number 2, I'm going to call my friend Josie today, so connect with love. Yeah, I like that. Just connect with love. I love you, Josie. She's one of my best friends. She's a beautiful human being. Helped me work through a lot of things. I'll share this as certain people get put under, certain people I meet, and they allow me to be different than what I mean. As Josie's really helped me learn to respect my physical boundary. She's played a part in that, of me being able to use those words for the first time in certain ways. And it's like, that's one thing I'll bring up, is when it comes to like sexual abuse victims and physical abuse victims, people that don't go through that, I don't think most generally understand, and I didn't really understand for a long time either, is it's just normal to not have physical boundaries. And the idea of having them, a lot of times, for me, there was a lot of wrongness intertwined with it. So when I did put up a physical boundary, it just felt wrong. Like, I felt wrong to do that. Like, it was wrong of me to put up a boundary in that way. And now, in the state where I operate, and I'm able to communicate with ease, just let people know that's not okay. And I don't take this shit on. I just, what it feels like for me is I feel like I'm directed by the power of love to just nudge them and let them know, no, not okay. And it feels good. And I don't go anywhere dark anymore. I don't go into wrongness like I used to. And it's just powerful. If you've been through something similar, or been through physical abuse, you are beautiful. You encounter any wrongness, that's okay. One thing I learned is just say, I love you. I love you, wrongness. And it just makes me want to cry. Because, shit, at least the understanding I get from that is grieving. I'm letting go of that part of me. It's like, I'm sad that there was this part of me that existed in this state where I just gave myself away. And that was normal. And so there's this sadness that appears there for me where it's just like, oh. And it's like, that's okay. You can be sad. You can cry. I love you. I love you. That's what you need to go through. This is what I realized for me, is like, I need to go through those emotional steps. I need to grieve. Because then that's a part of emotionally growing, when I go through that stage, when I go through that process, I become anew. It doesn't mean the old self is completely lost. No, it stays right here in my heart with me. The new just comes and shows the old. This is how we are now. And every time that old part shows back up, I learn to recognize it, and with love, I guide it and say, it's okay. It's okay. If you want to cry again, we will cry again. If you want to feel wrong again, we will feel wrong again. I will go through that with you as many times as you need. And it's not always going to be easy for me, but I'll do it because you are worth every ounce of my energy. You're getting all emotional, beautifully emotional. Doing this today will bring more mindfulness. Number 3. I gotta still mess around with this bus. So I gotta go try to get this goddamn clutch loosened up on there. I keep struggling, so. Bus clutch removal. Work it. The more I allow myself to be emotional and see it as a very beautiful thing and give myself like hugs, loves, high fives, and I share that with others, I get to experience this new way of being emotional. And when I'm emotional, I'm just like, oh, there's love there. You know, it's just like, oh, hello, an emotional, beautiful human being. Okay, next section. I'm curious about. What are you curious about? I'm curious about how the not knowing with a sense of knowing can exist together. And how to hold that space for both to exist in a dance of life. Just feels like when I allow life to dance within, when I allow myself to partake in that dance of life, to observe, to dance, like going back and forth. It's like the ebb and flow. It's another reiteration of the ebb and flow of life. And it feels so true. Let me get some coffee. Top it on the coffee. One thing I wanted to share, start this next section and I'll just talk it. I notice, I'll weave it in here. I notice when I feel loved, like bringing myself to a state of loved in the mornings, and whenever morning, all of a sudden, it's like these little bitty voices come out of me, and they say, do you want to play? Say, wait, I'm a cowboy. You can't play with me. I'm a serious man. And there ain't no playing happening here. It's like I get to explore the world of emotion in such a beautiful way. That's the result. That's what I want to share. I gotta finish right all of a sudden. get these. Playful, authentic, that's one deep thing I've understood about love, is love creates safety. So if you want to feel safe, love, 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 love. You know, it's easy to say. I get it. I get it. That's just one thing I've learned in my life, and so I do truly believe that that is a universal thing. I do not believe that's subjective. I believe that a state of love creates safety, and no matter the human being, when a human being learns to love themselves deeply in who they are, and having that door open to know that maybe you'll really never know who you truly are, but you know who you believe in, so that encompassing of what that is, that love there provides safety. And that safety then, it's like, I can be stupid, I can say stupid things, and I don't need to feel embarrassed. I don't need to feel like, oh, Aaron, people are gonna make fun of you. Like, it's like, yeah, if you want to make fun of me, go right ahead. I'm just playing. And so for me, then what happens is, like, I just, like, oh, you're hurting. That's and I don't say that in a sense where I'm like, oh, shame on you. No, that's what I realize is, like, and that's another thing I will say that I truly believe in at a universal levels. Hurt people hurt. I've been hurt. I've hurt. When I am not in a state of love, it's easy for me to then project hurt. And it's not something that I'm always aware of. And so when other people do it, I don't think people are actually aware of it. I think people actually, it's happening somewhere. It's like subconsciously we're not acknowledging it. You know, that's for me. It's like when I can acknowledge I've been hurt, it's a hard thing to do. Because when you tell someone you've been hurt, what happened before for me was, like, I was giving them that power. I wanted a part of them to tell me it was okay. And when I learned to tell myself that it's okay, that I get hurt, I can share, hey, what you did or what you said or whatever, that hurt. And I don't need them to come and tell me it's okay. I know it's okay now. And so that's one thing that I've learned to give myself. That's one thing anyone can give themselves, is like, I say anyone, most people, I do believe it's like, is you can give that to yourself. You can recognize it's okay to be a hurt being. Because when you look, like for me, when I learn to recognize that that I hurt, and that's going to be a part of my life, it softens me. It makes me realize we all hurt. That is a part of life, and so easily that it's like so normal that we're just like, we're hiding that we're hurting, or we hide that we hurt. And I get it. I'm not. I understand. I just, one thing I learned is, like, when I learned to lead with that, when I learned to acknowledge, oh shit, what just happened with that, I was hurting. And it doesn't always happen like that for me, like immediately. It's more and more I can become aware of it. One of the, I'm going to continue writing my journal and explain it. Yesterday, at the open mic, this lady did a performance, and part of me was judging it, like, not good judgment. Part of me felt embarrassed for her, or like it felt uncomfortable to watch her. And I think now why is because she was allowing herself to be free in a very different way, which societally we can judge. At least for me, and the way I was, there was a lot of judgment cast upon that, and so that's what was revisiting me in that moment. And I've had that happen where friends have done things and I felt embarrassed for them. And like, did I feel embarrassed for them, or was it just a projection of something that I was taught? And when I could become aware of it, and so the song that came out of me this morning, I think after my meditation, was me recognizing that part of me was like, no, you can't do that. And then there was a deeper part of me that said, I'm sorry, I don't even know where that's coming from. And it's there, and it's telling you no, and I don't even know why it's there. And so I find myself in this place where I'm trying to control you. A part of me wants to control you and tell you what you're doing is wrong. And then when I look at that and question, I don't know where the fuck it comes from. And that hurts me. It makes me realize I'm hurting, and I'm sorry that's happening. And so I've learned that it's okay for me to say that, because I'm just being in it. And that love helps guide me through that. It's like recognizing, okay, like what she was doing is she was really being free. Because there's a part of me that wants to embody a little bit of what she was doing, a lot of what she was doing, and add to it in my own ways. And so it's like, sometimes I think when people do something a challenging way or whatever, so maybe that's like part of that competitiveness that comes out a little bit. It's like you're in a state where I want to be in, and so I can't fully acknowledge that, oh, okay, I like your sense of freedom there. So now I'm going to judge you and put you down. Yeah, it's I kind of understand it. I get the emotional experience of it, so that's the most important for me. Why did you feel embarrassed for her or uncomfortable to watch her? And wanted to shut her down. No, okay. And so, that I didn't, when I was there watching her expression, I allowed myself to be in that discomfort. I didn't project it, or at least not verbally. Doesn't mean that my body didn't take a certain posture or whatever, I don't know always. And so I guess one thing I'm learning is how to just be appreciative. If someone makes me feel uncomfortable with what they're doing, if what someone's doing causes me to feel uncomfortable, I just hold it and let it simmer. And that one thing I've learned is over time, love will guide me to what's actually happening and help me through that. It was like, I think what it was is like she like channeled. It felt very primal in ways. It felt very, there was this deep spiritual aspect to what she was doing. She was just moving, making noises, there was some music to it. It felt very deep. It felt, there was like a painful aspect to it, and there was just movement, and it was very different. That's fucking art, It's like, it helps me understand gatekeepers, people that deem what's art and what isn't. It's like, they probably just listen to that no. They just probably get really stuck in that critical aspect of themselves, and they let that drive them. Hey, to each their own. I choose not to let that drive me. It doesn't bring me I don't get to experience life in such beautiful, wonderful things, like consistently. When I can have an experience like that, and then something like earlier where I was singing, and that comes out of me, I'm just like, okay, life, you got me once again. I like fucking bow down. I praise you. I serve you. I'm here for you. I love you. I love how when being around different performers, it inspires something out of me. And then I get to learn how to push myself there without needing others always. And okay, it's similar to playing pool. When I play people who are not so good, I can play not so good, and it's limiting. I'm learning that I can play with all of me present and still have fun. If that means I guide them, if that means like I notice they're feeling defeated because I just demolished them, I can go in there and guide the emotional experience for that. Like, I can be loving and kind, and most of the time let them know, hey, that's not my intent here. You can be there, but it's not my intent. I enjoy playing pool. And I notice when I do that, it just softens the mood, because it's like, hey, like, we're here to play. I'm going to play with all of me. You're going to play with all of you. And this has nothing to do with who's better or worse. Yeah, I might be better at pool than you, but it's like, that's not the point. The point is to enjoy playing. And, because that's how we get better. And so for me, I've learned that, like, I have that power. You through emotional development, you come to recognize you have that power. You have the ability to help other people through their emotional experiences. And, if you choose to channel that with love and to help others, it is extremely rewarding. Not only is it rewarding on their benefit, but then every time you interact with most people, you get to have a very beautiful emotional experience. That's the choice. That's what happens. Like 99% of my interactions, I'm just like, damn, okay, that shit was like, we got deep, we got real, we got silly, we got playful, like all that shit's there. It's like a beautiful mix of emotional conversation. And yeah. Okay. want to just take this time right now to have you think about something in your life. What is it that you think you need? Define that. Get as specific as you can get. Where would that bring you if you got that need? One thing I notice is, like, I'll talk about it like my frugality. Sometimes I get stuck in, because I'm frugal, that it's like my mind gets in these places where it's like, I can't go and rent a tool right now because I don't have enough money. And it's like, wait, I'm renting a tool. It doesn't cost me anything. You go to AutoZone, buy this tool, return it, because that's their rental program. But I get stuck in that, where it's like, it's like I create myself a block, and so now it's like removing that. Okay, no, I'm going to use it for a couple days, return it. It doesn't cost me any money. So it's a simple block. I don't know if people can relate to that, but it's something that I learned to remove myself from. So it's like what I need, what I need is, sometimes I get lost in the idea of what it is that I need, when in reality what I really need is just go and rent the tool, do the job, return the tool. This has nothing to do with my financial state, because it doesn't really cost anything. Like, yes, for a day or two there might be a negative on my account, but then it'll go back to zero. And so it's like learning to push through and be logical, utilize my rational thinking in those moments. And so, think of your needs and what they're going to bring you. Maybe you got a project you're working on. What are the quote-unquote needs that are stopping you from finishing that project? And are they completely rational? Think through them, break them down, try to step outside yourself for a moment and think, okay, you get what I mean. Yeah, this one just looks horrible. But today, that's what it is. Horribly beautiful. Just different. Perceptions of what's good, what's not good. Funny to disrupt those and say, okay, let me just do something that's different. Okay, one thing I do like about it is like multi-dimensional. Came out. Yeah. Okay, one last thing. I gotta go with my marker. And I gotta show myself some love. Cause it ain't. The more genuine love you give to yourself, and it's not because you're better than other people, you just give it because love is beautiful, it pours out of you, and it fucking just, to other people, they feel it. Like, oh, like, look at that love vessel. Look at that cup of abundance of love just flowing out of it, and people feel it, and they appreciate it. And so ain't never too much love. bottom one. All you have is you, the beautiful you. All right, I think I'm finished up on that. Where we're at time-wise. Oh. No. There's this shit where it goes all black. Okay, there we go. And so, I think I'm going to... You know what? Let's do a poem. Reconnect. Apologize about the music. There we go. We're back. We're back to the realness of it. It happens again. Give me a moment. Appreciate your time and patience. Sitting here trying to... there we go. For some reason, whenever I click on the OSB, the video, the streaming platform I use to record my videos, like shuts the whole screen black, and it's like I'm just gonna be a little patient. Yeah, let me do a poem for you, freestyle, you know, right off from wherever it comes from. For the pinch of light, for the quiet that feels light in the darkness that subsides and shows the lightness how to be. For something that seemingly pieces, and every time it steps, something within it starts to shed. It lets out. From the heart it speaks, and within it you realize something comes to be. Something's being within it. Life starts to emit as if it pours through. For the piece then returns to its place it's meant to be. For if there were any cracks, they're filled with grout of life. There's a soothing calmness, a melting, a gluing aspect to how life precipitates. You can walk outside and feel all of that goo, that glue around you, within you, as a part of you. As you walk, it can be oozing through you. When I open that door to allow that boo of me through, he jumps and says, "Thank you for opening your door." And then he looks out into the world and points and says, "Look at all those unopened doors. For I have a key that I figured out for me. I would like to go and show other people this key, and hopefully they get to see that they are key makers of themselves. And for the ones that already are there or on that pathway, we can share beautiful moments. We can shine each other's keys to each other and open each other's doors and be in awe and inspiring and say, damn, you look so cool in your doorway." And it's a reflection, a perpetuation of life shining energy, letting us be magnificent, beautiful, divine beings. So as you walk in your day, remember that. Remember that you are connected. Remember that you are loved, that you are wanted. That's why you are here. And from that, guidance will appear. I love you. But maybe I know you, maybe I don't. Still love you. I got love for a lot of people. Certain types of love takes time, and other times it's just right there in the beginning. Be your beautiful, beautiful self. Thank you for if you made it this far. Thank you for your sacrifice. I'd love to hear what you think, or you got questions, comments, whatever. Throw it out there.